What is up, everybody? It is the Higgs here, joining you from MMOplay.com. Today we are doing a first look on a new game called Summoner's Legion. Came out in late 2014. This is a publisher by the name of Reality Squared Games that tends to specialize in free microtransaction-y browser games. Past titles include Crystal Saga, Nova Genesis, and Heroes of the Banner. So this game, Summoner's Legion, is a card game, very similar to a lot of other card games you're going to see online. I've poked around with it a little bit. This is sort of your main hub here. A lot of buildings that unlock at later levels. Got a little social area down here, although really all I've seen so far is achievement posting that is done automatically. So you go into the campaigns here, and we'll just sort of diddle about. First, I want to show you, this is where you're actually going to be doing combat. You do have deck customization, which is great. Bunch of different kinds of cards you can have here, divided by these, I guess, races, which is kind of a cool little feature there. As you grow, you get new cards, and I assume at some point that there's an option to buy cards. I know this is a microtransaction-y game, and it looks like there is a stamina amount that you have to use in order to battle. So I would imagine that that stamina depletes as you go forward, and then you have to refill it, presumably with real money. So this is the little area where you're going to get prepped to do your battles. You've also got achievements, which are kind of neat. I haven't poked through them a whole lot, but you get gold and achievement points for doing these. This could be a neat little, feature if you really went through it and tried to really max it out. But again, remember, it's a microtransaction game, so maxing it out probably means maxing out your credit card as well. All right, so you have a cool little storyline here that you get to see through each dungeon. I think is what they call these little stages. And you go in and see, here's where you start. You can switch your decks here if you want. I haven't done zero deck customization other than the one that they walk you through in the little tutorial. Obviously, if you're moving forward, this is something you would want to do a lot of deck customization with. So you get to pick what you want to start out with. This looks fine to me. Obviously, you want a nice spread of MP cost, which is this little upper left hand. And as you see, I'm on level 5, and they're still sort of taking me through the tutorial. Oh, this is a boss fight, so maybe this will be the last step. So this is what the tutorial looks like. Alright, so we will pull out our first card here, and you can just, hovering over these reveals them, and it's your standard fare. You got attack and health down there on the bottom, MP cost on the top. You've got a rarity feature. You see in the top right there, that blue gem means it's a slightly more rare card than a green gem, and your gray is just your trash card. So you click on a card, you bring it out, and then you in turn to attack, and that's how it works. You are trying to get over to the right side here where their boss is. And that's it. I mean, it's a fairly simple style of combat. It's pretty fun, though. It's simple but fun. So this is your first look at Summoner's Legion, and so far, I've poked around with this through the 5th stage of the tutorial. I've gone in and done a little deck customization, just what they have included in the tutorial. I've poked around the achievements list. And so far, looking at this game, it's fun. It's fun if you're looking for something to play in your browser, especially. I would say it's the way to go. But if you are looking for a free card game that is more of a challenge and has a lot more functionality and isn't as microtransaction-y, there are a bunch of them out there. Specifically, you got Blizzard's Hearthstone or Hearthstone, however you want to pronounce it. I've always said Hearth, but because like Hearth and Home, But apparently people don't pronounce it that way. They say Hearth. Hearthstone is really nice for a free-to-play game, but it's not browser-based. So if you're looking for a browser-based fun poke-around sort of game, I would say Summoner's Legion is the way to go. We'll beat this boss here. Boss battle. I will say graphically it's nice. The music's nice. You know, there's nothing, it's one of those games where there's nothing terrible or bad or off about it, but there's not really anything particularly fantastic about it either. So it's just a decent, free-to-play, browser-based, cardy, microtransaction-y game. And there's the end of the boss battle with a full battlefield. A lot of achievements. Now, one thing I will point out here, a pretty severe gripe that I've got, is this click to continue. This appears after every battle, and you can hear me clicking away in the background there. This is the third browser that I've tried this game in and come into this issue every time. I tried it in Safari, and then I tried it in Chrome, and now I am trying it in Firefox, I believe. Yeah, Firefox. And every single one of them, when it gets to this click to continue screen, it does not continue. Or once I had it continue, but it continued really late. So click, 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 click. There, see, now it continued very late. So, you know, and in this one and in Chrome, clicking away from the click to continue seemed to get it to go forward, although at a later point than when you clicked it. So, you know, for me, that's a pretty big, like, annoyance, because it happens after every battle. And if it is that you're supposed to click away from the click to continue field, then perhaps they should put the click to continue field elsewhere, or they should make that little graphical area, you know, click in the black space to continue. Just something like that would take away a pretty major annoyance, in my opinion, of this game. So Summoner's Legion, that's really the only, like, gameplay thing that I found in this first look that's just broken and needs to be fixed, and or is just annoying and needs to be fixed. Apart from that, everything seems to work okay. So I would say, you know, if you're looking for something to play in your browser at work, this is tons of fun. You do have a stamina cap, so you're not going to be able to play it for too terribly long, just like a bunch of other, you know, microtransaction games that you're used to. So, Summoner's Legion, that is your first look. I have been the Higgs from MMOplay.com, and I will see you next time.